Over the past 4 years, we've seen a gradual increase in global climate investments, but at just over $800 billion, they still fall significantly short of the amount we need to make a meaningful impact on climate change, which is why I believe that the young climate innovators from UNICEF's Innovation 30 initiative are a global investment opportunity just waiting to happen. So what could the world look like in 10 years if young climate innovators were given the financial and technical support they need to shape a climate net zero future?
Access to clean drinking water,
disaster relief, environmental education,
solar energy and renewable energy,
improved air quality, a circular economy,
negative carbon footprints, buildings,
environmental conservation,
reduction of greenhouse gases.
These young innovators are investing time, expertise, and capital to create the next generation of climate breakthroughs. In my opinion, they represent some of the very promising investment opportunities, but don't just take it from me. Let's hear from the innovators themselves.
Our innovation is a circuit that helps extend the shelf life of fruits and vegetables, enabling them have a peak nutrient quality with a lengthened period of stay on the shelf in a farm store or anywhere that it could be. So for the sake of mangoes, it can extend the fruit shelf life to approximately 30 days or 33 days at 18 degrees centigrade. So that's the longest that is on the market currently. So we intend also not only solve the food waste problem, but also the economic problem that comes along with the deterioration in the fruit quality.
Currently, there are more than 3 million children and more than 14 million women who has to walk miles to collect water for their communities. If we can free up their time to do whatever they need to do, like taking care of the family, contributing to the economy, I think that is the impact that we are chasing for. So instead of having a 150 millimeter wall thickness conventional concrete, we are replacing that with just 8 millimeters sustainable concrete water storage units, which will last you the same amount of conventional concrete. By this material and innovation, we are reducing carbon emissions on average 80% and water usage 75%. We can deploy it less than 24 hours and it will be up and running and serving for their needs for sanitation, for cooking, cleaning, and any of the hygiene activities.
At the moment, we are able to at least produce a complete fish feed, 60 to 80 metric tons per month. We want to go into a bigger production where we can produce at least more than 1,000 metric tons per month. The demand is very high, very, very high. We have more than 20,000 farmers located in different parts of Tanzania, and they all need feed and they need affordable feed. So far, we have been able to raise above $1 million, and that's what really supported us to develop our business and take it off the ground. And going forward, we are currently fundraising for $2 million in order to support our scalability plan.
I think our innovation is very unique because it works on experiential education, which means that it consists of storytelling, gamification, technology, and outdoor action. Captive and Plastic is currently in 11 countries in the world, of which 8 in Africa, 2 in Asia, and 1 in Europe. We follow a license model that empowers NGOs to become implementation partners for us in other countries so that they can too go to schools to facilitate the school program. In this year alone, we have reached, with our 14 implementation partners, over 20,000 learners across these different countries, and I think in around 140 to 50 schools.
In 8 years, we've been able to scale the business to more than 60 countries of sales. We can replace the tomorrow's need for single-use plastic in multiple items like food packaging to e-commerce with our material. And most importantly, reducing the carbon footprint by more than 30% for large end-use customers who are on a net zero journey like us. In 10 years, we want to do in multiple different segments, whether it is your pallet wrapping, whether it is your food packaging.
eCover is the first tire recycling company in Senegal. We are collecting tires and turn them into tire ships like this one that are used by cement factories in order to replace the fuel, because they used to use the charcoal fuel, which is producing a lot of CO2 emissions. And our innovation is helping the cement factory to reduce 30% of the emission of CO2. Our company is able to make every year around 200,000 USD, while we know that the demand is around 14 million USD per year. So we are really far from fitting the demand. And that's why scaling up is quite urgent for us in order to grow faster and be able to meet the demand.
1 in 5 children do not have access to clean, drinkable water to meet their everyday needs. And so the challenge is immense, and it takes scientists like us to pursue technological solutions to help address this problem. So one of the advantages of our innovation and our first product, Waha, is the incredibly low cost of water per liter that is produced. And so it's a range because we have an on-grid system and we have an off-grid system, but it ranges between 3.2 to 6.1 US cents. And in Jordan, that payback period is around 1.51 years, so a year and a half. So our device produces up to 35 liters currently at a worst case scenario. So at say 20% relative humidity. And that's enough for a family to provide for their daily, drinking and consumption needs. But we did a calculation and we said, if we put one of these devices in every single person's home, how much water would that produce for Jordan? And I think the number we came up with was something like 17 million cubic meters of water per year.
Each of these Innovation 30 solutions has been reviewed by an expert panel which assessed their scalability, profitability, and climate mitigation credentials. I caught up with Alyssa Gilbert from Imperial College London and the Royal Institution, and Peter Buckman from the University of Cambridge. Alyssa, you brought your expertise and expertise from scientists from around Imperial College to evaluate these solutions. What were some of the key criteria that you looked at during the process?
Obviously, UNICEF's Innovation 30 program has been really focusing on finding solutions that can tackle climate change. So it was really important that we considered the impact these solutions had on both reducing greenhouse gas emissions or contributing to improved climate resilience. That was where we had scientists really look at those solutions. On the technical side, it was looking at the solution, the extent to which the solution was really viable. On the business model and the innovation side, there was some consideration of whether the innovators had a business model that would really work. We were looking for evidence of existing sales and feedback from existing customers that also gave a sense of the innovation success. Some of the criteria that we were looking at spoke to really how successful their product had been so far, the technical dimensions of the products, but also the skills and experience of their team, and the geographical spread so far of their success, and where they hope to go to in the future as well. One of the most challenging things about selecting and shortlisting people for an award or recognition like UNICEF's Innovation 30 Young Climate Innovators Shaping the Future initiative is that all of the applicants are really laudable.
Peter, what were some of the criteria you focused on? And did you look at things like financial viability as a significant indicator of potential success?
Yeah, so look, I think the quality and depth of the judging that's gone into this UNICEF program is really, really world-class. There were, as I understand, at least 23 absolute industry-leading experts in terms of trying to vet these, which all brought with them slightly different perspectives, but really quite relevant. The vetting process used to really select the finalists in this Innovation 30, for me, it was a lot about readiness. So actually commercial readiness to deliver the impact today. Are they operationally viable? Are they playing into a market that's going to give you enough of an impact? Could these businesses actually benefit from the connection with UNICEF in that UNICEF's relationships and partners could potentially help with it? I think what I saw in this UNICEF program is just an amazing cohort of innovators, like the top 5 that we looked at that I had. These were genuinely world-class innovations, absent of age. And to me, that's what it's all about. I think these businesses all have the potential to have huge global long-term impact in terms of climate change. And that's the most refreshing part, is that I genuinely felt that these are scalable, meaningful businesses that can create great impact.
What is your opinion on the climate innovation space and its investment potential? Do you see it growing in the future?
It's finding that next breed of people that can be creating the next gigacorn. Gigacorn are innovations, businesses that have the potential to have a gigaton plus a benefit for the planet. And that to me is really then starting to move the needle on environmental problems. We've got 50 gigatons worth of CO2 a year. So a gigaton of that is pretty meaningful. Year on year, that really starts to play a big part. So gigacorn to me is where us as environmental investors and the like should be pointing at. I'm the father of some young children. I kind of think about actually what sort of planet I could leave behind. And I'm really pleased that there are some really young innovators thinking about that as well, to really make sure that the younger generation, even younger than them, are going to have a planet that they could retire into ultimately.
I agree. As more people across the globe are personally affected by the climate crisis, we will likely see interest in the climate innovation space accelerate exponentially. But there really is no time to wait. Let's find out what kind of support UNICEF's young innovators are looking for.
I have a net zero commitment in the next 5 years for deploy to have a plant that is in place. So for that scale of manufacturing, we are aiming to do another round of investment for £3 million to be able to hit those milestones.
Live boats produce daily fresh water for rural communities. So basically we are creating a new environment for the children, women, and also adults, so that they can work, cultivate the land, and also gain their daily access of fresh water instead of the contaminated water, for example, in Africa or in sub-Saharan Africa.
We are not inventing some revolutionary technology. We've just sort of put it together to solve a problem that's happening. So the fact that it's sort of readily available is, I think, one of the key advantages of this solution.
In trying to create a new energy source, a clean energy source. Now in 10 years, if we were to reach our full potential, it means that there wouldn't be any rubbish bags laying on the street. If we can actually do it in scale, then hopefully a lot of cities, a lot of towns, a lot of countries will look a lot better, a lot cleaner as well.
These young innovators have created ambitious solutions backed by vetted business plans. And as you can tell, these young innovators are well on their way to achieving their goals. Now, with governments around the world working to meet the 2030 net zero targets, we're going to see a big increase in demand across the climate-friendly economy, from green goods and services to the infrastructure needed to produce them. So, we're looking at an economic revolution here, all geared towards a healthier planet. And for climate innovators and investors, this is the kind of global investment opportunity that we need to be grabbing with both hands. My challenge to investors out there is to consider where your investments are going to make the most impact, not just in economic resilience, but in social and environmental transformation. To find out how you can get involved in a climate-positive future, go to the UNICEF website or scan the QR code.